All right, so we said we're going to throw you some new concepts this evening. So hands up for anyone who's been around psychedelic culture for a little bit, at least. So quite a few crew, okay. So you might be sick and tired of hearing these two words, right? Anyone in the psychedelic community, if someone says set and setting to me one more time, I'm going to stab them with a spoon. The classic conversation is, psychedelics, don't take that, you can have a bad trip. And then someone from the psychedelic community who's well informed says, but if you look after your set and your setting, then you could have a beneficial experience. And I think it was Timothy Leary, is that right, who coined set and setting? Who's to say? But the interesting thing about set is it's the word mindset cut short, to give it a bit of alliteration, the SS, set and setting. So the idea is if you've got a good mindset inwardly, and if you have a good setting outwardly, then that will influence the journey of the person after they consume the medicine or the substance. And that's become foundational principles for psychedelic healing or psychedelic arts. What I'd like to do today is introduce the concept of not just mindset, because remember what's the name of the talk today? Anyone remember? Embodiment meets psychedelics, right? What about the body set? Tim Leary's done a great job. He's left the preface of mind on purpose, that wise soul, because he knew we were going to come along and put body there as well. So I'd just like to see a show of hands. If someone's in a deep distress state in their body, do you think that could influence their experience on psychedelics? Yeah. Can I just have a show of hands, real high if you think it could? Yeah, right. And down. And I don't know any formal protocols where this is addressed. And not just in psychedelics, in this room. Right? So let's take a big breath in and out through the mouth. Good. And then just, if you close your eyes, let's do a little body set for this talk. Okay. Just feeling your sit bones against the chair. Take a breath in and out through the mouth. Nice. And once again, taking a big inhale in, expanding your awareness to the person next to you. Exhale. Good. Take a big breath in, hold, slowly release in. Listen to the sound of your exhalation. Right. What I'd like you to do is on this next inhale, open your heart forward. And exhale on the way back to neutral. Good. As you take this next inhale, I want you to notice whether your shoulders are rising up or down. Breath in. And out through the mouth. Good, letting go of all tension around the jaw, neck and throat. Good, and when you're ready, opening your eyes. Now let's hold the silence. Maybe have a look around the room and make eye contact with a few people in the room. Look at a male. Close your eyes now, take a breath in, see if that stressed you out. All right, open your eyes, look around and lock eyes with a female. Good. Hold the gaze. All right, disengage, come back to neutral, big breath in. See if your shoulders have gone, as if your shoulders gone up in the room. So that's called gender tension. So you can imagine if you're doing some kind of psychedelic healing in a group environment, how dramatic this umbrella term for this stuff's called transference, somatic transference. How dramatic it's going to influence your inner world, your dynamics, relational dynamics, if that makes sense. Let's say your facilitator's a male or a female. Yeah, that could have implications for the projections that you place upon that person, just based on gender, right? So there's a lot going on in these spaces, and obviously the psychedelics can be a big exaggerator or expander of these things that are there subtly which sometimes escape our awareness. Because when you're doing therapy with someone, you take them down and you want to get them into the deep stuff, but you get them to a point where their defences start prickling up. And that's when transferences come strong. So as a practitioner, if you're unaware of this word or this thing, would take them personally, and the client would undermine, all the defence mechanisms of the person's ego, quote unquote, would undermine their therapeutic encounter. But if you know that that's an anticipation of deep work, then when it arrives, we can reframe it, and instead of it being the most undermining thing, we can make it the most powerful thing.